At the end of the day, they both launch arrows, and one does it for 3 times the money. And on the target, I'm not sure you can tell at hunting distances. Good morning, folks. Happy Memorial Day. I hope everybody is having a great weekend, having a great Memorial Day, and not forgetting why we have Memorial Day. But that isn't the point of the video, so we're going to get right into it. However, the main bulk of this video is the Bear Legit and how it has replaced the Bear G2 along with many other bows, including multiple bears, as the entry-level bow of choice for most people. And the reason for that is simple. Price, quality. Most of the companies have something available under $1,000. Now, under $1,000 is not cheap, particularly when you are not getting a rest or a sight for that. In comparison, the Legit is $419. Now, it doesn't have metal modules on the cams, it has plastic, but they're pretty decent plastic. They are solid. They have a very good draw stop. It's a cable stop, but it is a large flat one, as I'll include in the pictures here. And while they don't come from the factory timed particularly well usually, the adjustment's pretty simple. And once you get it in position, I haven't had any problems. The other thing is, because of the size of that module, because of the size of that draw stop, when you get to full draw, it's solid. It doesn't have that squishy feeling you get with a lot of entry-level or lower-priced bows, or even some higher-end bows if you don't buy aftermarket draw stops. I really like that. If you like a squishier back wall, you may want to pick a different bow. A G2, on the other hand, because of the smaller module and the way that module hits, it's a little squishier. And honestly, even when you have it perfectly timed, it's only good, not great. As an entry-level bow, I love the G2, particularly for small women, children, anybody where the weight of the bow is the issue. Because the G2, it's like 3 pounds. It's lighter than most carbon fiber bows. It's lighter than most of the super expensive stuff. It is a super light bow that shoots really well. If you asked me what I was buying until I got used to the Legit, what I was buying as a hunting bow, if somebody said, we need to go hunting this weekend, go buy something right now. Like, you already know how to shoot, you just don't own a hunting bow. Honestly, the G2 would have been my choice. Not that there weren't other choices that would work, but for the amount of money, I was getting something that was going to be reliable, effective, fully adjustable so I could hand it to somebody else later. I was getting the most bang for my buck. The Legit replaces that for me, and the weight is part of it. The Legit is only a little heavier. It's like half a pound heavier than the G2. This is a light bow, and it doesn't have quite the zero hand shock that the high-end bows have, but it's really mild. When I say really mild, I mean you're talking premium flagship bow from 5 years ago, kind of mild. Where you felt that little momentary, tiniest little buzz when you took the shot, and then it was over. And that's with the stock stabilizer. That's not even with an upgraded stabilizer. That's with, cheap sights, cheap rests, like that's the Whisker Biscuit in the factory sight, right? And when you figure that at $419, it's a third the price of a stock Matthews V3X 29. Like, how do you not go, that's pretty damn nice? Does it feel quite as nice as the Matthews? No. Is it in every way as easy to work on as the Matthews? No. Let's be fair. At 1/3 the cost, it is coming with a crappy sight. The Joker 4-pin sight is a joke. However, it is a big step up from the sights that come on, say, the Diamond Infinite series. It is an all-metal sight for the adjustments. It is wrapped with it's wrapped with fiber optics. It illuminates pretty well. It has a light. It is a decent sight. Really, compared to a lot of the stuff out there, I would not worry about taking a legit in the field right from the showroom. Now, you have to get it tuned. From the box, if you buy a Bear legit and you have it shipped to you, do not assume that it is remotely set up properly. And I am not talking about just the center shot. I am not talking about the sight. I am talking about the timing, cam lean, the whole thing. Now, adjusting that bow is very easy. You're not moving spacers usually. I haven't had to do it yet. It is literally adjust the cables on the yokes, bring the cam lean into a reasonable level. You don't want it straight, because remember, when under full tension, the cables are going to hold the weight. When under full draw, the cables hold the weight. So that cam will be straighter than it rests. So you want it just a hair of lean, but not excessive. Some of them have been great out of the box, some of them not. I have not had one come out of the box where the timing was good. I've had it where it was okay. Like I wouldn't necessarily stress over it, but they have all needed at least a half twist to a full twist on at least one of the cables. And I've had a couple of them where, no, it was a couple twists on both cables and then adjust the string. So don't assume that just because it's a theoretically ready to hunt package, it comes out of the box ready to hunt. You are going to want a bow press, you are going to want to adjust this, but it is not difficult. In comparison, you have something like the Epic X2, where this is meant to be a little more premium product. Also made by Bear. It is a Bear product for Bass Pro, for Cabela's. It is a Blackout branded product. It is a binary cam. So you're not adjusting cam lean unless you're moving spacers, which I have not had to do on any of them. They have very mild cam lean, and when you get to full draw, you're good. What I've really seen is that the timing again is always a little off. Not horrible, but off. But certainly this is an easy thing to fix. This is not difficult. Any shop setting up this bow should be able to, oh, we put it on the drawboard, we check the timing, and yeah, fix, done. Now, the X2 offers something that the legit does not. That, as far as I know, none of the cheaper bows do. This is kind of the first price point where that starts coming in. And what that is adjustable let-off. The draw stop, I don't want to call it peg because it's actually an oval, can be turned different directions, and it is not symmetrical. So depending on what position you put it in relative to your draw length adjustment on the modules, and then which way you turn it, you get different let-offs. And it's a pretty significant change. It's not just a let-off. The whole valley feels different. The whole, how aggressive the cam is in terms of your hold is different. And when it comes around, when the module rolls over, it stops and it has a really good feel. Some of the other bows move it inward further and it's squishier. And personal preference, right? Everybody's got a different opinion. But what I found is more and more people, particularly people who are new, like the harder draw stop. Now, that doesn't mean they're using it correctly. It doesn't mean they're not pulling hard into it. But it gives them the confidence that they're in the right spot. When they pull back to their face, if you get them to hold their arm in the right position on their face, they know they're in the right spot. They're not here going, well, where should I be? Because their string can keep moving all over the place on them. Personally, I really like the Epic X2's shot cycle. I like how smooth the draw is. I think it is a wonderful bow to shoot, but I don't know that it really shoots better than the legit. That's the part that gets me. When you look at all the bows that are available on the market, at normal hunting distances, say 40 yards and in, the value of the higher end bows starts to become lost. If your shot is within an eighth of an inch of where it should have been in an ideal world with the $419 bow versus the $2,000 bow setup, and if functionally it was not any less forgiving, it was not any less reliable, it was not any less smooth, then what did you gain? Now, is it as low torque as the V3X? No. Is it as smooth as, well, honestly, I'd say it's smoother than any of the premium bows I've shot in a long time for hunting. Is it as fast? No, it's not. But at 40 yards and in, I don't think it matters. I think it's fast enough. So for most people, the benefit of that $1,500 V3X, plus sights, plus rest, expensive accessories, more expensive bow tech work, I don't see the gain. Now, I do see the enjoyment of using a premium product. Do not get me wrong here. If you pick up the Matthews and then you pick up the Legit, you are not going to have any question in your mind which one costs more money, and it's not going to be the Legit. The Matthews feels like a work of art. It is a precision piece of machinery. But at the end of the day, they both launch arrows. And one does it for 3 times the money. And on the target, I'm not sure you can tell at hunting distances. So that is my thoughts. I really think that if you are in the market for a new bow this year, next year, and you're not in the market for a multi-$1,000 investment, look at the Bear Legit, particularly if you are looking at it as, I might pass this down to my kid. Anyway, take care, have fun, stay safe, and don't forget what Memorial Day is really about. It isn't just hot dogs and beers. There is a reason for the holiday.